Okay, so hello guys. For this video, we are going to learn how to solve for the roots of complex numbers. Specifically, we are going to discuss the square root of complex numbers. So we have here the formula for the roots of complex numbers. We have z raised to n. Okay, so we have z raised to 1 over n. So this is signifying the nth root of z. So that will be equal to 1 r, I mean the magnitude, then bar angle theta raised to the power of 1 over n. So we also have the formula z raised to the power of 1 all over n is equal to, so distribute natin, we have r raised to the power of 1 all over n, then our angle will be theta plus k times 360 divided by n. So where our k is dependent on the value of our n, so we have different values of k depende sa aton nga n nga value kung pila siya nga root, I mean, ang ginapangita naton. So we have 0, 1, 2, up to sa n minus 1 nga value. So since we will be dealing with square root for now, so we have the value nga k is equal to 0 kag k is equal to 1. So kung cube root, for example, ang imong ginapangita, so you have 0, 1 kag 2. Okay? So since we will be dealing with square root, so paano ba lang natin kuhaon ng square root? So square root of complex numbers is just simply evaluated by nga mas hapos in its polar nga form. So simply kung naka-express siya in polar form, so we just need to parehas ang ginhimo diri, kuhaon nato ng square root sa aton nga magnitude, and then i-multiply nato ang aton nga um, ang aton nga direction or ang aton nga angle by 1/2. If that is if we have the square root nga ginapangita for a complex numbers. So however, we also have another nga types of or nga forms of complex numbers, such as the rectangular form of complex numbers. Kung ang imong mga complex numbers is expressed or in the form of rectangular, dapat kwaon mo danay. For example, you have the um, complex number nga ara sa form nga x plus jy. So for example, x plus jy guys equals to square root of a plus jb. So for example, amo ni ang imong nga complex number. What you are going to do is you are going to square both sides of the equation. So square mo both sides of the equation, and then so simply maka-cancel ni siya. Then you are going to manipulate na lang sa imong equation and apply the theorem 2 of complex. So amo na siya if you have the uh, rectangular form of complex numbers. So now we are going to illustrate this more and explain this through an example. So we have this problem, evaluate the square root of 3 plus j4 by 2 methods. So it is emphasized here nga dapat magamit kita sang duha ka method of calculations. So based on hamba kagina, we have rule 1 and we have rule 2 of evaluating some square root, either by polar form or by rectangular form. So duha ka method ang gin-emphasize niya dire. But if it is not mentioned sa problem nga dapat magamit kagid sa duha ka method, so pwede lang mapili ka between sa two kung ano ang pamatyagan mo nga masapos nga way in order to solve for the square root or roots of complex numbers. So evaluate the square root of 3 plus j4 by two methods. So first, gamitan natin ang first method using the polar form. So we have first method. Okay? First method. So, first method is through polar form. So, ang pinakahapos nga himuon naton is to first convert this into its polar nga form. So, 3 plus J4, convert naton into our polar nga form. So, we are going to convert na lang diretso sa ating calculator. So, we have 3 plus 4i kung sa calculator. Then, convert siya naton into its polar form, we have 3. So this will be equal to 5 angle 53.13 degrees. So we have 5 angle 53.13 degrees. So that is the equivalent niya. So pangitaon na natin subong iya nga square root. So raise natin by 1/2 both side of the equation. So we have plus j4 raised to 1/2. So this will be equal to, so mawa raised to 1/2 matari sa piak. So we have diretsyon na lang natin, we have 5 raised to 1/2. Then ang aton nga angle multiply natin by 1/2 times 53.13 degrees. So aton nga answer will be, so this will be equal to, ang square root niya gali will be equal to square root of 5. So square root of 5, this is equal to 2.236. So we have 2.236 angle 53.13 divided by 2, that is 26.57 degrees. So muna ni isa natin ka mga answer. So we have this one. So take note nga base sa aton nga equation kagina, kinahanglan naton magamit sang k equals 0 kag k is equal to 1. So base sa aton nga formula we have, so sulat din naton z is equals to 1 all over n equals to r. So for example, 1/2 na dira square root of or angle of, so our theta, then plus 360k all over n. So take note nga if ang aton nga k is equal to 0, amo na ni ang aton nga value sa aton uh, nga complex number. So ang kinahanglan to na lang pangitaon subong is if ang aton nga angle is or ang aton nga k is equal to 1. Okay, so we have para sa k is equal to 1. So we will have some 5 raised to 1/2. Then angle naton will be theta naton, which is 53.13 degrees plus 360 times ang aton nga k. K naton will be 1 na. Then all over n naton is 2 kay square root lang man. Okay, so substitute na lang diretso. So we will have k n naton is 2. So naton we will have sa aton nga angle that will be 53.13 plus 360 is equal to, divided by 2, that will be equal to 206.57 degrees. So still 2.236 angle, so 206.57 degrees. So this now will be another naton nga answer. So erase ko na lang ni, okay, divide 2 direct. So 2.236 man siya pon, but the angle is 206.57 degrees. This is our final answer for the first nga method. So now we will have the second method of solving sa aton nga equation. So for the second nga method, we are going to use the rectangular form of complex numbers. Okay, so for the second method, sinamba ko na we are going to use the rectangular forms ng complex numbers. So we have, okay, given sa aton is x, um, given sa aton is 3 plus j4. So we are going to equate sang aring equation into x plus jy kay para amo naton nga pangitaon. So equate natin siya x plus jy is equal to kay pangitaon tang square root. So let us have the square root of 3 plus j4. So we have sang aton nga sining nga form. So ang himuon naton is to square both side of the equation para ma-eliminate naton ang square root. So we have square both sides ng aton equation. So we have mabilin sa piak is we have x plus jy squared. Then, makancel ng square root, we have 3 plus j4. Then, we have to expand sa aton nga or manipulate sa aton nga binomial dali sa piyak nga complex number. So, we will have x squared plus 2x uh, 2xy j or j 2xy. So, then we will have plus jy squared equal to 3 plus j4. So this is equal to so this is equal to sa aton nga so pwede naton ang j squared will be negative 1, so we'll have x squared, separate naton ang aton nga mga real numbers, that will be x squared minus y squared, then plus j times 2xy is equal to 3 plus j4. Then equate real part to real part and imaginary part to imaginary part. So we have real part to real part will be x squared minus y squared is equal to 3. So this is our equation 1. And then, aton nga equation 2 will be, so we have aton nga imaginary part 2xy is equal to j is equal to 4. So, pwede naton ma-manipulate dere. So, for example, y aton nga gamiton. So, we'll have 4 all over 2x is equal to 2 all over x. So, muna dahil nga, this is our equation 2. So, muna dahil natin nga gamiton in order to solve for sa aton nga value sang x kag y. So, substitute natin ang aton nga equation 2 sa aton nga equation 1. So, we have x squared minus, so y naton is 2 all over x squared minus, so 2 all over x squared is equal to 3. So, square natin will be x squared minus 4 all over x squared. So this is equal to 3. Okay, so erase lang natin kay para medyo magklaro siya. Okay, so we have so i-multiplyan ta lang x squared ang both side of the equation kay para makuha natin ang denominator. So we'll have so we have x to the fourth minus 4x squared. So, ang minus 4 lang gali kay may x squared na siya nga daan. So, we'll have minus 4 is equal to 3x squared. So, manipulate lang natin reduce to quadratic equation nga form. So, we'll have the value nga x4 minus 3x squared minus 4 is equal to 0. So, pwede natin siya ma-factor. Pwede nga ma-reduce natin sa form nga quadratic. Get, so we have x squared squared minus, so 3x squared minus 4 is equal to 0. And then, kung i-factor natin, pwede lang man siya. So we have x squared minus 4 kag x squared 1 is equal to 0. So we could equate sa aton equation. Meron kita duha ka equation. So we have first equation natin will be so x squared minus 4 so is equal to 0. X squared natin is equal to equal to 4, then x naton will be equal to plus minus square root of 4, then x is equals to plus minus sang 2 naton. Next, we have x squared. So, okay, so that's it para sa aton nga x nga value. So, hindi man kita makakuha sang value sang x squared plus 1 is equals to 0. Since makuha din natin will be x squared equals to negative 1. So, this will be imaginary. So, hindi pwede. So, amo ni natin nga gamiton for the value para makuha natin ang value ng y. So, to find the value of y natin is 2 all over x. Y is equal to 2 all over x. Kagina natin nga solution. Equation number 2. So substitute kita dari, we have 2 all over plus minus 2. So, aton nga y will be either plus minus 1. So, therefore, the solution sang aton nga equation will be, it could be, nga we have y naton una, di ba? Y, so we, or x ang aton nga form, we have x plus jy. So, we will have x naton will be, so plus minus 2, then plus minus 1. So, try naton kung mapareho siya sa aton nga unang answer. So, try to be. We have shift, well, 2 plus I, then shift complex 2. So, we have square root of 5. So, same lang man ang aton nga answer, 26.57 square root of 5. So, same lang ang answer naton kagina. So, bisan ano nga method ang aton gamiton, either method 1 or 2, we still would arrive sa the same nga number. But this time, ang aton nga answer is in rectangular form. So, depende sa inyo kung diin daang medyo nahapusan ka mga nga process unless otherwise yung specify gid nga dapat naggamit ka mo sa rectangular form of calculation. So this is it para sa uh, square root of complex numbers. We are going to have more examples sa iban pang roots of complex numbers. So thank you everyone. Stay safe. God bless.